A Stanford grad is going to roll out a new application for those who want to do serious online app dating. In fact, she's already received $2.1 million in order to develop this dating service. Now, it's referred to as The League, and it's very similar to Tinder, although instead of dealing with a bunch of people that might not be your type, The League focuses specifically on ambitious, educated, and successful individuals. Okay, so let me give you some more details on it. It's very hoity-toity. The League, which just raised a $2.1 million seed round, is operating with 4,500 beta users in San Francisco. The goal is to make a more selective Tinder that's only for the most interesting and motivated single people in cities around the world.
I do declare.
So the developer
I am
here,
not only interesting, I'm motivated.
In fact, I'm motivated to be interested.
So the developer here is Amanda Bradford, and she is an Ivy League graduate. And she's saying, look, this doesn't have anything to do with someone's wealth. We're not looking for people who are really, really wealthy, but we want people who are ambitious. Because if you go on an app like Tinder, oftentimes you get people who are not so ambitious.
Well,
right?
they're motivated to get in your pants.
Yes, exactly. And it's also meant for people who are looking for a long-lasting relationship as opposed to a fling.
It's genius. It's genius because they've turned Tinder, which is open to anybody, and they've made it an exclusive club.
No, this is not genius.
It's genius.
This is a recipe for disaster. First, alienating people. This sounded, when I read this immediately, I thought Pretty Woman, but on the digital age. Like, this is going to turn into young girls who are looking for sugar daddies and call girls saying, I want to say that these guys can choose, I'm interested, I'm motivated, and that's the reason that you're going to find love, ridiculous.
No, but
That's interesting. I disagree with both of you.
But they're gonna. But again, there's already a waiting list. I mean, that's the genius part of this is that people will want to get into this club. All it is the Jonathan Club for getting laid. I mean, it's just. And those work.
What's the Jonathan Club?
It's just a club that you want that has in Santa Monica. That's the only reason I know why it exists, and I know a member. So I've been, but I mean,
it
like,
skews more female, which means that more young girls who are interested in getting a interesting and motivated guy are going on this site to find someone of that caliber. I have so many girls that I went to high school with, and this is not all females at all because I support females, but they went to colleges to look for a rich husband.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off because I'm like, you're an educated, smart woman. Why are
Motivated.
you going there? Motivated woman.
Yeah.
Why are you going there to find some rich husband? And now they have an app where they can be lazy and do it at home?
I don't think it's good for the world. I just think it's genius of Amanda Bradford.
So let me jump in. I want to give you guys a few more details on how this app works, and then I want to share my 2 cents. So with Tinder, it's unlimited, right? You can literally sit there for hours and swipe and swipe and swipe. It's endless, depending on which city you live in. If you're in LA, that's how it works. In this case, apparently the app has a happy hour of 5 p.m. And at 5 p.m. you get a new batch of users, right? And it's only a handful of users that you can either reject or match up with. Okay, so that's some more information. Since November, the app has paired 2,000 people, resulting in 19 couples.
That's not a great success
At
rate.
all.
Not a
It's
good
horrible.
ratio there.
I wouldn't advertise that.
I'd want to know how many out of that are hookups.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So I want to know that as well. But I think that statistic right there speaks to how messed up our priorities are, right? So I get it. Look, I did the Tinder thing. I met a lot of really terrible, terrible guys. I did. It's true because.
But you support guys, like he supports women.
But I support
Exactly.
men. I support men. No, but it's funny because I remember a lot of the guys that I met that I didn't like, the ones that I disliked the most, I should say, looked really good on paper, right? They were the ambitious ones. They were the ones with a successful career. They were the educated ones. And I'd be like, yeah, this guy's on my level. Like, what? That's the way I would think, right? And then I'd go out with them, and they were dicks. So basing your relationship on how ambitious someone is or how successful they are, I think is a really unfair way or a really bad way of finding love.
Agreed.
Yeah, okay, so I have a different view than all of you. Okay, so I get why they do this, right? So in these circles, and that's why she wanted to raise $750,000. She raised $2.1 million. I mean, it was oversubscribed. 5 of her Stanford professors jumped in it. They were like, "Yeah, I'll give you money. I'll give you money," right? Because to them, in their circle, look, I mean, we call them hoity-toity or whatever, but they think like, I want a quality person, right?
Yeah.
I don't want a Tinder and have some jerk-off come by and be like, hey, yo, what's up, dude? Hey, you want to cook up?
That's how they all usually view you.
Yeah.
Who were you doing? Who were you?
I don't know. So to them, this makes all the sense in the world. At the same time, it's funny that they're so inside their bubble that they don't get how it looks to the rest of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. To the rest of us, yes. Then you guys are right. I mean, it doesn't look like, please. This is the League of Extraordinary Dicks. Okay. And we don't want to associate with you people. We're going to be up in Elysium or wherever they are. Right. And so when you swipe, it says, "I do declare." So guys, it doesn't look good, but at the same time, look, what does she care? If it turns out, as Ben said, it seems kind of elite and people get into that and enough people use it
elite.
and she makes money, okay.
It's exclusive. It's an exclusive dating service and it's not a lot different than deciding what bar you're going to go to. I don't go there's a dive. Those guys are scummy. I want to go to Wall Street. I want to go to the bar there where the guys are
where they won't be scummy at all.
Yeah, exactly.
we got reputable guys
All guys
there.
are scum. So
That's right.
it's
So,
ridiculous.
I don't think it's for hookers though. I don't think it's for sugar daddies and stuff like that.
Give it a chance.
But by the way,
Give it a
there's-
chance. I don't think
You might be
any
right.
site actually turns out to be that way. I don't think any of these dating sites started off, but then eventually people are like, oh, well, here's a dick pic, or here's this, and then eventually it goes there, you know?
So if you send one dick pic, there's something wrong. So but we did
two's the limit.
right, we did the story this week about the sugar daddy site.
Yes, we did. Seeking arrangement.
This is a flat out sugar daddy site already.
Yeah.
There's plenty. That's why I think there's plenty of those out there already. I think these are people who are really trying to stay inside their own bubble. They like their bubble.
They like their bubble, and I think that they genuinely do want I don't think they're looking to hook up.
And
Maybe some of them are looking to hook up, but when you're starting to focus on things, like, look, my mindset of hooking up is not, oh, is he ambitious enough? No, it's, is he attractive, and is he Latino, right? But
I'm pretty sure that's not what they're looking for.
right, but in this case, they care about things that are gonna lead to, a successful life.
Again, to be fair to them, I think that they think, well, I want a guy who I can talk to, right? And so if I went to Stanford and he went to Dartmouth, and we, both took humanities classes there, maybe we have a better conversation, right? Or whatever.
But
I don't think they have bad intent. I just think that it looks a little ugly to the outside world, and they're not quite cognizant.
But I
of
think
it.
we've also framed it that way, and I'm impressed with the initiative here because it was such an obvious thing to do in a sense. But I like this one thing that is said in the article here. The acceptance algorithm the league uses scans social networks to ensure applicants are in the right age group and they're career oriented. So you don't have to have gone to Stanford or Dartmouth. You could have gone to Wisconsin. That doesn't mean they have to be Ivy League graduates or work for a big time firm. But then it says, but they should have accomplished something. So you're just not looking for slackers. Like, you got to have a job.
But that's hold on, like looking at the business we're in, it could take you 20 to 30 years to get that peak. It doesn't mean that we are any less motivated. So what does now this algorithm cut me out because I'm not in a certain bracket, or because on Instagram I also like to post photos of me having a beer and
Dude, you're on
my Speedo.
You're on Oprah's network. You look great in a suit.
Yeah,
you're in.
You're fine.
You're in.
Do all right.
And not according to this, because if you go to my Instagram, I'm in Speedos and I'm naked all the time. And so, you know what I mean? Like,
What's your Instagram?